Now, if Alex Anthopoulos resigns your man, if he resigns your man Dansby,
Dan the man.
if he resigns Lieutenant Dan, that means you would have Olsen, Ozzie Albies, Acuna, Mike Harris, Austin Riley. Grissom's on a rookie contract. He's probably next.
No, look, he's already signed through like 5 or 6 years.
Grissom, Dansby Swanson. That's 7 of 9 positions signed through 2030 minimum. 2020. I'm sorry, 2028 minimum.
On good team contracts and good personal contracts.
All of the contracts, they are able to go to arbitration to say, if I have outplayed this contract, but they are all secured and locked in until at least 2027, 2028. And when they're up, they're still only going to be like 30. They still can re-up again.
Yep. And I will say, I think that every one of those contracts is going to go to arbitration, which means that you're going to get, you currently have a bunch of players who are getting paid less than their value at this point.
I don't think arbitration. I'm about to say arbitration don't got to tell us that. I mean,
but what I'm saying is that means that like your books on the right side of things, you're paying players less than their value right now, and you already won a World Series.
So I think the premise between
you can
this
actually really that should enable you to spend a little bit more money because you're winning on every contract.
I think that's what it is. I think the fact that he's winning on every contract, to me, if I were Alex Anthopoulos and I'm talking to the players, this is what I'm telling them, because there's no way you could tell all of them a different message, because all of them wouldn't sign for lower contracts. Guys, all of y'all will be 28 to 30 years old by the time these contracts are up. Let's try to win as much as possible right now. As much as possible. And by the time 2030 comes and all of this new money comes from these contracts,
I want y'all to be so expensive we can't afford you. That's ideally what you want. I want us to play so well for the next 3 or 4 years that there's no way that I can afford to put this team back together.
As a leader, that's what you want, right? You always want your teams. You want your team to be so good, like Josh Donaldson was a guy that came to Atlanta, was trying to rebuild his career. He played his ass off for us, got us all the way helped us get all the way to the NLCS. If Freddie Freeman wasn't on our team, he probably would have been the MVP of our team.
Yeah.
So, and then he got that $190 million contract or whatever. We get you paid.
That. We got like 4 good years. Let's just get it. If we win a bunch of baseball games, I will get everybody here paid.
That's a good.
Y'all will be champions.
That's a good.
Then we can. Champions and rich.
That's a good reputation to have as an organization. We gonna get you championships, and then we're gonna get you paid. And everybody will want to come here.
But this is the first time in a long time that we've had any type of like game plan where people be like, "Oh, well, yeah, let me go over there and see what they're doing." It seems like it makes sense.
And no Atlanta franchise about let me go to Atlanta. Nothing. Football, basketball, baseball, nothing. We don't get free agents here for real. We get them at the end of their career.
And right now, it looks like, well, the end is full.
So what do you think they pay Dansby? They just paid Austin Riley $212. Dansby probably has been the most consistent throughout all of this. Throughout all of this up and down, especially, you could argue that Dansby was the one that kept us afloat when we were 500 last year. You could argue Dansby was probably the most consistent, clutch, and valuable player on our run to the World Series, fielding and hitting.
I mean, you probably got to go another like 7-8 year deal too.
And it's got to be you got to pay him at least what you pay Acuna. You could tell that they have definitely set the Acuna Albies contracts as like the baseline.
As the top.
As the baseline.
Well,
the top is Riley. You got Acuna Albies at 178, 180. You got Matt Olson at 185, 190. Then you have what's his name? Austin Riley at 212. At 212. So that's kind of like of the established players. That's the baseline. So it's got to be probably 190. I'd say he's 190. 8 years, 190.
Yep. Yeah. And that's a good deal. And that keeps you with your guys. And you've already seen, don't fuck around and be Freddie. Like, we got a good thing going here. Don't be the one guy who doesn't. Because
we stumbled into a topic right there. Do you think the Freddie Freeman fiasco, has that made him the ultimate poker player? Alex Anthopoulos, I mean. Right? Because you see everything that's happening with Freddie, and you saw, well, I will let you go. I will let Freddie Freeman go, and this is the number I'm sticking to, and you can go be somewhere else.
And it shows that there are few problems here. Problem is he keeps hitting on young guys. So I clearly can identify who is going to be the next good baseball player.
Yep.
And I played chicken with Freddie, and he lost. So I'm also pretty good, and I refilled his spot. So
with the second best player.
You. Yes.
I can replace
you. And I could, at this point, he's hit on too many too. If he gets you close enough, just take your W. Take it as a W. Because you're also going to play on a good team. You could be trapped out there in Anaheim.
With Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, wasting your best baseball.
Yeah.
You don't want to be that person either.